Hi students, welcome to Sankalp Study Success. I am Tirupati Rao, chemistry lecturer. Please subscribe our channel. Today I am going to discuss about energy of electron in nth orbit. Energy of electron in nth orbit. Right. In this previous videos we can determine the radius of electron in nth orbit, velocity of electron in the nth orbit. Now we will discuss about energy of electron in nth orbit. Right. So this is the nucleus. So this is the orbit. So here the electron can revolve around the nucleus in this orbit with r radius. So the velocity of electron is v and its mass is m. Now, so here the electron having positive charge, here the nucleus having positive charge and the electron having negative charge. So some of the electrostatic force of attraction between nucleus and electron. Some of the electrostatic force of attraction between nucleus and electron. Here the charge of electron is negative. Here the charge of nucleus. Here the nucleus. The charge of nucleus is positive. Suppose the nucleus containing Z protons. So the charge of proton and charge of electron is equal, but it is present in opposite signs. So the charge of electron is equal to minus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. The charge of proton is equal to plus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. So both are having same value, but these two are present in opposite sign. So its values are same. So the charge of proton is also taken as E. If the nucleus containing Z protons, the total charge of nucleus is Ze. This is plus. The charge of proton is plus. Its values are same, E. Both are having same value, 1.602 in 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs, and this also same. But its signs are different. This is negative charge, this is the positive charge. So its electrostatic force, the electrostatic force of attraction between nucleus and electron, electrostatic force of attraction is equal to, according to Coulomb's law, so this is studied in physics. So we know that F is equal to, if the attractive force present between any two charges, F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by R square. F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by R square, where K is the constant. Its value K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q1 Q2 are constants. Q1 Q2 are charges. Here R is the distance between the two charges, right? Now, according to this, we can write electrostatic force of attraction, Fe, is equal to K into, what is the charge of nucleus? The charge of nucleus is Ze plus, we can say Ze plus. And the charge of electron, we can say E minus, by its distance is R square. So this is the electrostatic force of attraction. Fe is equal to K into Z E into E square by R square, but it charges having opposite sign, plus into minus, right? Now here the revolving electron having the total energy of revolving electron is equal to sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So here the electron having two types of energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. So the total energy the total energy En, total energy of electron in nth orbit, we can say En is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy, kinetic energy plus potential energy. So we know that kinetic energy Ke is equal to half mv square, half mv square, half mv square. Okay, we know that potential energy, so listen to me, we know that potential energy is equal to, potential energy is also considered as W. సో ఇక్కడ మనం పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీని మనము పనిగా కన్సిడర్ చేసినట్లయితే పని W వర్క్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు F ఇంటూ ఎస్, దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫార్ములా. సో ఇక్కడ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ని మనకు ఇన్ఫినిటీ సెల్లో ఉందనుకుంటే, ఒక ఇన్ఫినిటీ సెల్లో ఉందంటే N ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ సెల్ నుంచి మనం ఆ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ని ఈ R రేడియస్ గల సెల్లోకి తీసుకురావడానికి, ఆ సెల్లోకి తీసుకురావడానికి కొంత వర్క్ అనేది జరుగుతుంది. ఆ వర్క్ని మనము పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీగా తీసుకోవచ్చు. అయితే ఇక్కడ N ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ సెల్ నుంచి N ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు అదే ఎనర్జీ, సో ఆర్ సెల్లోకి తీసుకురావడానికి ఇక్కడ ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్, ఒక dr డిస్టెన్స్ అనుకుంటే dr డిస్టెన్స్ మూవ్ చేయడానికి జరిగిన పని, జరిగిన వర్క్ హౌ మచ్ పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్, W ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ potential energy, W is equal to, we know that F is the electrostatic force of attraction, how much, K into ZE square by R square, K into ZE square by R square into how much distance, ఇక్కడ ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ మనం మూవ్ చేయడానికి dr డిస్టెన్స్. సో dr డిస్టెన్స్ మనం మూవ్ చేయడానికి కావాల్సిన వర్క్. సో PE ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్, దేర్ఫోర్ PE ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ, PE ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్, సో K ఇంటూ ZE స్క్వేర్ బై R స్క్వేర్. Here the dr is the small distance which on integration, so K into ZE square by R square into dr. So what is potential energy? Potential energy K Z E square are constants, integration of 1 by R square dr. Therefore potential is equal to integration of 1 by R square dr is equal to minus 1 by R. So finally we can write K into Z E square by R. So integration of 1 by R square dr is equal to minus 1 by R. So now potential energy PE is equal to minus K ZE square by R. So here potential energy PE is equal to minus K into ZE square by R, right? Now we know that here the electron can revolve around the nucleus in stationary orbits. Here stationary orbits means here the electron is having two types of forces. One is centripetal force, another one is centrifugal force. Centripetal force is the force that is acting towards the nucleus, that is centripetal force acting towards the nucleus. And centrifugal force is the force that is acting away from the nucleus. Here the two, what are that? Here the electron is having two types of forces. One is centripetal force is equal to centrifugal force, right? So when the centrifugal force of electron is equal to centripetal force, the electron can revolve around the nucleus in stationary orbit. So these two forces are equal and these two are present in opposite side. Centripetal force is equal to minus centrifugal force. So what is that? Here the electron is having two types of forces. One is centripetal force, another one is centrifugal force. Centripetal force is a force that is acting towards the nucleus, But centrifugal force is also a force that is acting away from the nucleus. Every rotatory body having centrifugal force, that force is always acting towards away from the nucleus, right? So now we know that centrifugal force, what its formula? Mv square minus mv square by r. These two forces are present in opposite side, so this can be taken minus. So what is the formula of centrifugal force? Mv square by r. Centripetal force is like a electrostatic force of attraction. So that force acting towards the nucleus. So that is like a electrostatic force of attraction. So that can be taken. Centripetal force of electron is taken as electrostatic force of electron. What its value? Minus k z square by r square. R cancel. Okay. What is remaining? K into z square by r. Minus also cancel. So what is remaining? mv square. mv square is equal to k into z square by r. K into z square by r. Right? Now here En is equal to total energy of electron in nth orbit. En is equal to of mv square. What is the value of mv square? What is the value of mv square? K into z square by r. K into, what is the value of mv square? What is the value of mv square? mv square is equal to k into z square by r. K into z square by r. K into z square by r. And minus kz square by r. Kz square by r. Now En is equal to k into z square by r is taken as common, is equal to 1 by 2 minus 1. So therefore 1 by 2 minus 1 is equal to minus 1 by 2 into k z square by r. K into z square by r. Now in the previous video we can determine the radius of electron in the nth orbit. In the previous video we can determine the radius of electron in nth orbit. So therefore radius of electron in the nth orbit, radius of electron in nth orbit. So radius r is equal to n square h square by 4 pi square m e square z into k. So this is the radius of electron in nth orbit. So next, this value is substituted in this equation. This value is substituted in this equation. Sorry, right? En is equal to right, minus 1 by 2 k into z e square by r. What is the value of r? This r is equal to n square h square by 4 pi square m e square zk. N square h square by 4 pi square m e square z into k is equal to 1 by 2 k into z e square, and this can be written as 4 pi square m e square z into k by n square into h square, right? So therefore En is equal to, En is equal to 2 1 ja 2 2 ja, and its remaining value, right, remaining value k into e square into e square, e power of 4, m can be written here 2 pi square, k into 2 pi square, k into 2 pi square, k into 2 pi square, m into e square into e square, e power of 4, and k into k square, k into k square, 2 pi square, m e power of 4, z into z square, into z square by h square into n square. So this is the value of En. En means energy of electron in nth orbit. En is equal to k square 2 pi square m e power of 4 into z square by n square h square. So this is the, if the values, all the constant values are substituted in the equation, we got, so this is the energy of electron in the nth orbit. Now these values are substituted in the equation. What is the k value? K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon, or 9 into 10 to the power of 10. 9 into 10 to the power of 9 whole square, and 2 into pi 3.14 whole square, whole square, the value of phi. Next, m mass of electron. So 9 into 9.10 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. 9.10 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. That is the mass of electron. And charge of electron E, 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. So this is whole power of 4, the charge of electron. And by here all the values can be taken in SI units or MKS units. H value 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 34. 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 34 whole square. What are its units? Joule into second. So this value is also taken in MKS, and these are variables. Z square by n square. En is equal to, so all these values are simplified. Finally we got 2.18 into 10 to the power of minus 18. 10 to the power of minus 18. 2.18 into 10 to the power of minus 18 joules. So this is the energy. So what are the units of energy? Joules. En is equal into z square by n square. Z square by n square. Z square by n square into joules. So this is the energy of electron in nth orbit in joules. So these values can be converted into electron volt. We know that 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. So this is present in joule. This can be converted into electron volt. 1 joule is equal to 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joules. 1 joule is equal to 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 electron volts. So En is equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of minus 18 z square by n square by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. So electron volt. Okay, which is simplified. Finally we got 13.6 electron volt per atom into z square by n square. So these are the variables, z square by n square into electron volt for atom, eV by atom, right. So this value is present in joules, this value is present in electron volt for atom, and 1 electron volt per atom is equal to, an electron volt for atom is equal to 23.06 kilocalories per mole, kilocalories per mole, and is equal to, this is a kilocalorie per mole. If you want to kilojoule per mole, its value is 96.49 kilojoule per mole, kilojoule per mole. So 1 electron volt per atom is equal to 23.06 kilocalorie per mole is equal to 96.49 kilojoule per mole. So this can be, this is the one formula, this is the one formula, this is present in joules, and it is also another formula 13.6 z square by n square, right. This is minus, so total this value is present in minus 13.6 into z square by n square electron volt per atom. So here the minus value, this value is present in minus. Next, so this is also written as, if 1 electron volt per atom is equal to 23.06 kilocalorie per mole or 96.49 kilojoule per mole. So this value is substituted in this. Finally we got 1312 kilojoule into z square by n square kilojoule per mole, minus 1312 into z square by n square kilojoule per mole. Next, according to this, we can write potential energy, kinetic energy, and total energy. What is the relation between kinetic energy, potential energy, and total energy? So we know that total energy En is equal to, total energy En is equal to minus En is equal to minus 1 by 2 k into Z square by R, k into Z square by R. We know that k into Z square by R, k into Z square by R, k into Z square by R is equal to m square. So En is equal to minus 1 by 2 k into Z square by R. K into Z square by R can be written as mv square. So En is equal to total energy of electron in nth orbit is equal to, so we know that this is the half mv square, this is the formula of kinetic energy. So therefore kinetic energy Ke is equal to minus En. So this is the relation between kinetic energy and total energy of electron in nth orbit. Now what is the relation between a potential energy, right? We know that potential energy Pe is equal to minus kZ square by R, kZ square by R. So this can be written as En is equal to minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So this is minus kZe square by r. So that can 1 by 2 can be written minus kZe square by r, minus kZe square by r is equal to potential energy Pe. So therefore potential energy Pe is equal to 2 into En. So this is the another relation between total energy and potential energy. So potential energy Pe is equal to 2 into En. Next, what is the relation between kinetic energy and potential energy? Okay, now potential energy Ke is equal to minus En. En is equal to potential energy is equal, kinetic energy K is equal to minus En. En is equal to Pe by 2, potential energy by 2. Okay, En is equal to potential energy by 2, Pe by 2. So therefore potential energy Pe is equal to minus 2 Ke. So potential is equal to minus 2 into kinetic energy. So this is the relation between total energy of electron in the nth orbit and potential energy, and total energy of electron into kinetic energy, and potential energy and kinetic energy. Now listen to me. So what is the formula of energy of electron in the nth orbit? En is equal to minus 13.6 into Z square by N square, electron volt per atom. If the N value is increases, what is the energy of electron in the nth orbit? Listen to me. Suppose this is N is equal to 1, this is N is equal to 2, this is N is equal to 3, we can say, and it is N is equal to infinity. What happened? Listen to me. So N is equal to 1 for hydrogen atom, Z is equal to 1. So if N is equal to 1 and Z is equal to 1, what happened? How to write its equation? Minus 13.6 Z square 1 square by N square 1 square. Next, and minus 13.6 Z square 1, atomic number 1, N square 2 means 2 square means 4, minus 13.6 by 4. 4 3 ja 12, 1 6 4 4 ja, right, minus 3.4. And if N is equal to 3 square means 9. 9 means 1.9 1 ja 9, 4, 9 5 ja 9 1 ja 1.51, minus 1.51 electron volt. So if N is equal to, if N value increases, N is equal to 1, N is equal to 3. If N values increases, this is the nucleus. Right, N is equal to 1, N is equal to 2, N is equal to 3. If N value is increases, its energy of electron in the nth orbit is also increases. That means energy of orbit increases. Why? Here the energy of electron in N is equal to 1, that means first orbit. What its value? Minus 13.6. This is the 13.6. Minus 13.6. Now we can take N is equal to what its value? Minus 3.4. If N is equal to 3, minus 1.51. So in minus 13.6 minus 1.51, which is more? Minus 1.51 is more. So both are, if minus value is higher, that is if minus value is present in higher, that is the lower value, right? So minus 13.6 and minus 1.51. In these two, which is more? Minus 1.51 is more. So that means if the n value is increases, the total energy of electron in the orbit is also increases. Okay, right. Here energy and n is present in inversely proportional, but this value is present in negative value. Generally, if these two are variables are present in inversely proportional, one is increases, another one is decreases, but its value is present in negative sign. So both are present in a directly proportional relation. So if n value increases, the energy of the orbit is also increases. So according to this, nearer orbit, this is the nearer orbit, this is the parallel orbit. In nearer orbit having lower energy and parallel orbit having higher energy, right? And also now the energy gap between the energy levels, these are the energy levels, first energy level, second energy level, third energy level. What its energy gap? So what its energy gap? Minus, so E2 minus E1, so what its value? N is equal to minus 3.4 minus of E2 minus E1. E2, this is the E2, this is the E1. So E2 minus E1, E2 means minus 3.4 minus E1. What its value? Minus 13.6. So minus 3.4 minus into minus plus 13.6. So is equal to 10.2. So its energy gap is plus 10.2, plus 10.2. Similarly, the energy gap between n is equal to 2 to n is equal to 3. How much? 3.4 to 1.51. Minus 1.51 minus into minus of 3.4 plus 3.4 is equal to, right, 3.4, 1.519, 13, right, 1.88 or 1.89. So its energy gap is 1.88, right. Now similarly, so here the energy gap is 10.2, here the energy gap is 1.88. So if the n value is increases, the energy gap between the energy levels is decreases. This is 10.2, this is 1.88, this is the 1.88. So that means the energy gap between the energy levels is decreases away from the nucleus. So this is 10.2, its energy gap, first to second. The energy gap between 2 to 3, 1.88, and later also decreases. That means the energy gap between the energy levels is decreases away from the nucleus as we move away from the nucleus, right? Next, this is the relation between energy of electron in the nth orbit and n value n, right? Next one, ionization energy is represented by IE. Ionization energy is represented by IE, right? So suppose if we can take an n is equal to infinity, what its value? En is equal to infinity square, 1 by infinity square means 0 into minus 13.6, 0. So if the energy of electron in nth, the energy of electron for infinity cell, is equal to 0. That means there is no force of attraction between the nucleus and electron. If the electron is present in n is equal to infinity cell, there is no force of attraction between the nucleus to infinity cell electron. So now listen to me. Ionization energy. What is the ionization energy? The energy required to remove the electron from atom or ion in ground state. What is that? The energy of electron is required to remove the electron from atom or ion in ground state. So this atom or ion, right, some of the attractive force present between electron and nucleus. So if the some energy is required to remove that electron, if the nuclear attractive force is decreased, if the nuclear attractive force is breakdown, the electron is removed. So that means some energy is required to remove that electron. So that is said to be ionization energy. ఇక్కడ న్యూక్లియస్కి పాజిటివ్ చార్జ్ ఉంది, పాజిటివ్ చార్జ్, ఎలక్ట్రాన్కి నెగిటివ్ చార్జ్ ఉంది. సో ఈ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ని రిమూవ్ చేయడానికి కొంత ఎనర్జీ కావాలి. ఆ ఎనర్జీనే మనం అయనైజేషన్ ఎనర్జీ అంటున్నాం, రైట్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ అయనైజేషన్ ఎనర్జీ? ద ఎనర్జీ రిక్వైర్డ్ టు రిమూవ్ ద ఎలక్ట్రాన్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆటమ్ ఆర్ అయాన్ ఇన్ ద గ్రౌండ్ స్టేట్. If the ionization energy is given for that electron, the electron is removed. After ionization energy, there is no force of attraction between electron and nucleus. What is that? After ionization energy, there is no force of attraction between electron and nucleus. Ionization energy. So after ionization energy, the electron can be emitted. That means there is no force of attraction between a nucleus to electron. After ionization energy, there is no force of attraction between nucleus and electron. That means here the when electron is present in infinity cell, also there is no force of attraction between nucleus and outer electron. If the electron is present in an infinity cell, there is no force of attraction between the nucleus and outer electron. After ionization energy also, there is no force of attraction between nucleus and electron. So now the ionization energy IE can taken as difference between the energy of infinity cell to energy of ground state. Why? After the ionization energy, there is no force of attraction between a nucleus and electron. Similarly, in the infinity cell also, there is no force of attraction between the electron and nucleus. Logically, this can be taken as ionization energy IE is equal to E infinity minus E1. E infinity minus, here the electron is removed from ground state. Ground state means E1. Now, so E infinity is equal to 0, infinity, n is equal to infinity, so that value is 0. 0 minus E1, what is the value of energy? Minus 13.6, minus of 13.6 into z square by n square, right, minus into minus plus, ionization energy IE is equal to 13.6 into z square by n square electron volt for atom. So this is the formula of ionization energy. So ionization energy is equal to, or ionization energy is equal to plus E minus E1. IE is equal to minus E1 also, minus E1, right. This is the formula of ionization energy. IE is equal to 13.6 into z square by n square into electron volt for atom. Now I am going to explain some problems on this concept. I hope to clear this everyone. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.